He has relationships with everyone in the locker room. He makes you feel like you're part of the crew. You have a bit of him. He's just a beautiful human. And
Travis Kelce just hit us with the ultimate relationship flex, finally going Insta-official with Taylor Swift, and fans are living for it. First up, the NFL star's rare public shoutout gave Boyfriend of the Year energy, while Taylor's ex Matty Healy dealt with some very public drama involving his outspoken mom. Then, heartbreak struck Kelce's family as his father's longtime girlfriend passed away, prompting an outpouring of love from fans. Meanwhile, one of Swift's deep-cut tracks exploded 6,000% overnight after a surprise TV sync. And while fake rumors of a Kelce suspension had the internet spiraling, a former teammate set the record straight with some wholesome locker room praise.
He's a remarkable person. He's the greatest teammate you could want. If you make a big block or you're down the field.
Finally, a cheeky joke from a Chiefs coach proved even superstars can still get called out, especially over a missing t-shirt. Travis has gone soft on us, and honestly, we're here for it. The NFL star just hit Instagram with what might be his softest launch ever, except there's nothing low-key about this one. He and Taylor? Oh, they're not just maybe dating anymore. Nah. Trav just straight up confirmed that the whole internet's been screaming into the void since September 2023. They're a thing, a real Instagram official vacationing with other celebs kind of thing. And yes, he finally posted pics from their off-season adventures, which include snowy getaways, matching hats, and hanging with NFL media darlings Charissa Thompson and Erin Andrews. Those two were basically the OG Swifties before it was cool, practically manifesting this entire romance with podcast prayers and touchdown dreams. Now that they've actually met Taylor in real life, they're acting like they just got back from Disneyland. One insider couldn't stop raving about how Swift isn't just sweet, she's sickeningly perfect. Apparently she's a 20 out of 20. Like, what even is that rating system? But sure, we'll go with it. Travis clearly agrees. He dropped a flirty little comment right under that fangirl clip, giving major "my girl's the best" energy. This man is not hiding his feels anymore. And honestly, the crew that went on that trip, living rent-free in the group chat of our dreams. It's giving wholesome. It's giving family vacation vibes, but make it a list. Also, props to everyone for not spilling the beans earlier. Thompson and Andrews apparently swore a blood oath of silence, saying they wanted to respect Tay and Trav's privacy. Classy move, ladies. But now that the curtain's lifted just a little, we're getting that sweet behind-the-scenes glow. Taylor's fun, down-to-earth, and everything these people had hoped for when she slid into Travis's orbit. Meanwhile, Matty Healy's in LA living out his own kind of dramatic indie music video, except this one includes his mom, a sidewalk, some tears, and a cigarette. That's basically doing emotional support duties. Yep, the 1975 frontman was spotted playing the role of sensitive son as he comforted his mom Denise Welch outside a restaurant in West Hollywood. And the whole scene? It's giving soap opera meets Beverly Hills brunch fallout. Insiders claim the waterworks were all about a private family matter, but let's not pretend the timing isn't messier than a toddler with spaghetti. This emotional sidewalk sesh came hot on the heels of Denise dropping some spicy remarks about Maddie's blink-and-you-missed-it romance with Taylor. While chatting on a talk show that thrives on chaos, Denise didn't exactly hold back. She joked that she's actually relieved not to be Swift's mother-in-law. Ouch. And hinted that the whole Taylor-Maddie saga was, well, tricky, which is British for disaster, but we're being polite.
Obviously, on pain of death, can I talk about that episode? But not being her mother-in-law is a role that I'm glad that I lost. Not that I have anything against her at all.
Okay.
It was just, it was tricky, but...
And then she kind of dragged the whole no one can say anything thing while Taylor drops entire albums full of lyrical shade. You know, subtle stuff like turning heartbreak into Grammy bait.
Listen, you're not allowed to say anything, and then she writes a whole album, about...
Denise was clearly not ready for the Swiftie smoke, and the internet? Oh, it definitely clocked her comments. Cue the side eyes, quote tweets, and TikTok detective stitching receipts. So now Maddie's playing peacekeeper, trying to calm things down one sick puff at a time. Remember, he and Taylor had a brief situationship back in 2023, right after she split with Joe Alwyn. It lasted a few headline-filled weeks before imploding in a flurry of creative differences, incompatible schedules, and, let's be real, Swiftie's not having it. While Taylor's over here dodging shade and sipping tea, Travis Kelce is navigating a real-life heartbreak that has nothing to do with lyrics or love triangles. Over the weekend, tragedy hit close to home as Travis's dad, Ed Kelce, lost his girlfriend Maureen McGuire at the age of 74. And let's just say, this isn't your average sad news post. This one stings with the kind of warmth that makes you want to hug your own parents and maybe your neighbor's dog too. Maureen wasn't just Ed's partner. She was the kind of woman who wore tennis skirts like it was a personality trait, even though she never swung a racket in her life. That's not fashion, that's commitment. She had that cozy neighborhood auntie vibe, part beach bum, part queen of the casserole, and total MVP of holiday hosting. If you showed up to her house hungry, you left with full belly, full heart, and probably a Tupperware of leftovers. Insiders say Moren was all about love, laughter, and Cape May getaways. She raised 3 kids, spoiled 6 grandkids, and somehow found time to become a full-blown football fan late in life. Look, that's real love. Because NFL rules alone are enough to make most people tap out, and her partner in crime through it all? Ed Kelce, who she traveled with, tailgated with, and apparently shared a lot of laughs and hot dogs with at Chiefs games. Oh, and that time she jokingly told Taylor Swift to back off her man when Taylor was snapping a photo with Ed? Absolute icon energy. Apparently, Taylor just laughed because, well, what else do you do when your boyfriend's dad's girlfriend hits you with the sass of a sitcom grandma? Speaking of emotional roller coasters, can someone check if Taylor Swift is running a secret side hustle as a puppeteer for the collective feelings of the planet? Because once again, she's hijacked our hearts, this time not through a breakup, not through a new album drop, but with a bonus track, casually shoved into a tearjerker moment on TV. That's right. How did it end? Yes, that haunting title gem, hiding in the deluxe edition of the Tortured Poets Department, just pulled off the musical equivalent of a comeback season, and, baby, it's back with a vengeance. Apparently, it played during an emotional farewell scene between Carrie and Aiden, on and just like that. And suddenly, the internet went full ugly cry. One second, you're watching a semi-wholesome HBO scene, the next, you're face down in a pillow, whisper sobbing, how did it end, like your own fictional situationship just collapsed. Within hours, Swifties and casual viewers sprinted to their streaming apps like their ex just dropped a new Instagram story, and boom, sales for the song spiked a wild 6,000%. Yup, 6,000%. For a track that wasn't even released as a single. Honestly, who else is pulling those numbers with a song that's basically buried in the deluxe liner notes? It's like Taylor accidentally sneezes, and a random track from 2014 starts trending on TikTok. Even streaming jumped by over 22% in just 4 days. And this isn't some remix or new version, it's the same track from 2024, back like it never left. When it first dropped, it charted at number 35 on the Billboard Hot 100, which is already bonkers for a deluxe deep cut, but now it's proving that even her bonus material has more staying power than most artists' entire albums. And speaking of things with way too much staying power, let's talk about the internet's latest attempt to cancel Travis Kelce for literally doing nothing. Yup. Travis Kelce suspended started trending after one of those fake news meme accounts claimed the NFL benched him over his Happy Gilmore 2 role. Because apparently fake insiders think league execs were personally offended by seeing Kelce tied up and shirtless in a comedy sequel. Like, sorry Roger Goodell, didn't realize slapstick wasn't part of your brand. Naturally, fans lost it. Some went into full meltdown mode. Others were like, wait, what did Travis do now? But turns out, yeah, it's all cap. Zero suspension, just a troll post from an account called Super Real NFL News, which is about as trustworthy as a vending machine that only takes expired coupons. Of course, Travis has been suspended before, back in college for testing positive for weed, but that's ancient history. Even he and his brother Jason have joked about it on their podcast, basically roasting the NFL for acting like a little marijuana was the equivalent of a felony. But while the internet was tripping over fake suspension drama, someone actually dropped some real insight about Travis, and it wasn't a hot take, it was a warm fuzzy truth bomb from one of his old Chiefs teammates. Mitch Morse, who's been in the trenches with Kelce since the early days, just confirmed what we all kind of suspected. Travis isn't just a beast on the field, he's basically the locker room MVP / hype man / honorary team therapist.
What you see is what you get with Travis Kelce. I've always told people when they ask me, they're generally curious what Kelce's like. He's a remarkable person. He's the greatest teammate you could want. If you make a big block or you're down the field, he's just as liable to hype up an offensive lineman as he is a guy in the skills position room. He has relationships with everyone in the locker room. He makes you feel like you're part of the crew. You have a bit of him. He's just a beautiful human. And
apparently, if you so much as breathe near a decent block, Travis is the first one screaming like you just scored the game winner. Doesn't matter if you're catching touchdowns or just holding down the line. If you're on the squad, he makes you feel like the main character. One insider said the guy's got this energy that just makes everyone feel like they're in with him. Like, you're not just playing football, you're in the Kelce crew. Even Morse got a little sentimental, calling him a beautiful human and all. Which, coming from a dude who's been face-to-face with sweaty linemen and fourth-quarter pressure, says a lot. But just when you thought the locker room bromance couldn't get any cuter, enter Chiefs coach David Merritt, who just roasted Travis Kelce in the most dad joke meets celebrity gossip way possible. Merritt posts a wholesome tribute to Kelce, hyping him up as future Hall of Fame material, and then, boom! Drops a deleted comment bomb that has Swifties and football bros howling. Apparently, Merritt's wife runs a clothing line, made a shirt for Taylor Swift, and, you guessed it, Travis totally fumbled the delivery. Coach Merritt clowned him by saying something like, Taylor wants her shirt, not Travis. She said give it to her, not him. Like, bruh, how you out here catching touchdowns in triple coverage but can't hand your girl a t-shirt? Of course, this just proves what we've all known deep down. Even if you're dating the most famous pop star on earth, you're still going to get publicity dragged by your coach like you forgot your homework. That's all for this video, folks. See you next time.